Morning, Larry. We'll go ahead and get started here in about a couple of minutes, guys. Let folks to join. Let folks join us. I do have the risk disclosure up in the meantime. Morning, Shadow Hunter. All right, we're already 5 past the hour. Or not 5 past the bottom of the hour. We'll go ahead and review the risk disclosure. Again, all the content is being published and distributed by the market trader and its affiliates is to be treated as general information only. None of the information provided by the company is intended as investment advice to offer, to solicit, or to offer, to buy, sell, recommend, endorse, sponsor any security, instrument, company, or fund. We all understand that future trading does carry a fair amount of risk and is not for every investor, and an investor could potentially lose all or more their investment capital, and that only risk capital should be used without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle. Again, nothing contained herein is a solicitation to offer, buy, sell options or Forex. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right. So now that we've gotten the risk disclosure on the way, the next order of business for us is to review the not financials, but financial news. Okay. So we're going to take a look here and see what kind of news we have in store today. Actually, news is quite light today. Only a couple items. One, I guess I'll call out, is the Fed Harker speaking here at 2 o'clock today. Okay, and then as usual, we have the option expiration, European option expiration at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. today. Okay, now just a reminder, guys. If you have had a good week, don't let Friday be the day you give it all back. Okay, Friday should be Capital Preservation Friday. Okay, you should even be maybe even a bit more how we say a bit more diligent or on what opportunities you do take on in the market. Okay, scrutinize those even more, maybe things of that nature. Okay, Fridays for me personally, data has shown that they're not my best days. Okay, they're not my worst, but they're not my best. Okay, so I am even going to be even more particular about the opportunities that I do take today. Okay, so again, if you've had a good week, there's no reason to to kind of give that back to the market. Okay, all right. So with that said, let's go ahead and move on to the charts here. I can locate my charting platform. Okay, here we are. Move this. All right, you can see my accordion of instruments here. So I'm going to go ahead and expand this if I can. There it is. Okay, we're going to remove some drawings. Okay. Anyway. Okay. All right. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start with the daily chart. Okay. We always start every market with a daily chart. We're going to turn off some of our levels here. Okay. ASR as well. Okay. And basically what we're looking for here is, just to get a general idea, what is the market what is the market trying to accomplish? Well, pretty obvious. I would say that over the last, I don't know, let's see, 4 or 5 months, since probably July of this year, we've been in a steady climb, steady climb in the gold market, right? We have a series of higher highs and higher lows in this market. Okay, so from a daily perspective, we are very much bullish in the gold market. Looking at the 4 hour, again, I'm going to turn off my initial balance. Was getting some questions in the room about how to arrive at initial balance for different sessions. I don't know if that person's in this chat in this session or not, but we'll touch on that once we get closer to having a need for it. Okay, so again, we have our uh, 4 hour chart up on the screen. You can see again that we continue to make higher highs and higher lows. We broke a relatively important level here at 26,000, not 26,000, 2,618. I'm going to say, okay, we broke above it and we've rallied since. Okay, so at this point, what I'd like to understand is where is my supply and demand zones? Well, the thing is, while I have established supply, and this might be a little bit of miscommunication here, but I'd like to draw the supply zone in green and my demand zone in kind of sorry, the other way around, a red, okay, and my demand zone in green, okay, right? So you can see here that we're in a potential supply zone here, potential. But the problem is that we really don't have anything to the left of us. I'm actually trying to locate something here below us. Okay, so this area here has the potential of being an area of supply. All right, and then below us really depends on what area you look at here. But this area down below here uh, should serve as an area of demand. You can see here, area of demand, area of supply. Okay, so we're up in the upper end of the range. Okay, really difficult, I would say, to take a long. Okay, at based on the current location. All right. Ideally, if you had something that would come back come back to this area that it left would be the ideal area, right? Okay, something along those lines. That's kind of what I would be looking for in this on this time frame. Okay, a pullback, rejection, and then participate right around. I would say 2620 would be an ideal level. Okay, looking at the 30-minute chart. Okay, now the 30-minute chart, I'm actually beta testing something indicator wise. We're going to do it in a couple of ways, but I am kind of beta testing something that indicator that I'm going to be using to help me establish my levels. Okay, it's a proprietary indicator that I'm working on here, working with a developer to develop. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open this up here. Okay, and that is going to, let's see, did I select it? I did. Okay. That's going to help me establish my levels. Okay. So it's going to be a little bit different. Okay. We're going to turn this off here for a minute. Okay. You can see here that we have the prior value area high, value area low, value point of control. Okay. So these items in dark blue, okay, these items in dark blue are the value areas. Okay. Trying to see where my initial balance is here. So we're gonna do it in a couple of ways because I'm still kind of beta testing this. So this initial balance range should be established not at 9:30, but at 8:30. Okay. Doo-doo-doo. Give the indicator a chance here to develop it. Okay. So we're going to do it in a couple of ways. Again, like I said, we're going to let the tool here help support us in arriving at these levels. Okay, or indicator, I should say. All right, and we're going to kind of double confirm them. Yeah, 8:30 to 9:30. Did I not set that? Oh, not 10:30. You're right. Oh, geez. I even went to a different market. Okay, let me again try this one more time. Again, it changed on me. Let's change this to 8 and this to 9 and click OK. Okay, I'm not necessarily seeing what I need to see at the moment, but in any case, let's not dwell on this too much. Okay, but the idea here is that my levels that are drawn here, we have this blue area. This blue area is this blue range is our settlement price, and we're going to double confirm this, guys. Okay, I'm gonna support and review everything that we're identifying here. I guess this area here is kind of the dynamic, the dynamic value area. Okay, and then we have our prior value area here, and here we have our prior point of control and things of that nature. But we're going to go ahead and double confirm them as we speak here, guys. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do here is, and we're going to go with whatever I identify here. Okay, so first order of business is I'm going to go ahead and locate my fixed range volume profile. I'm going to go ahead and drag this across here to the close of the market. All right, somewhere in that range. Okay, so you can see here we're a slight variation here. Okay, but we're going to go with whatever the fixed range volume profile provides here. Okay, so we have our average daily range. We have we're just going to establish our levels. So we're going to go ahead and add these. Okay, so we have our average daily range high here coming in at 2627.9, 2627.9. Okay, that is our average daily range high. Okay, all right, and then we have our value area high. Okay, the table tells us it's 2617. Our manual methods tell us it's more like 2617.9. Okay, so we're off there a little bit. Okay, so 2617.9 is our value area high. And then we have our settlement price at let's see, settlement price is at 2614.6. 2614.6 is our settlement. Okay. And then our point of control is 2614.4. Okay, based on the tool, that's our point of control. Okay, we're gonna double confirm that here now, and that's coming in at around that level. So we got. Let me turn off settlement price here for a minute. We got, just because of the shift here, so we have 2613.9. Okay, we'll go with the tried and true. Okay, so 2613.9. Okay, is our point of control. Okay, and then our value area low is coming in at 2605. Okay, 2605 is our value area low. Okay, the utility is saying 2605. Let's double confirm this. 2605 50. Okay, is our value area low. Okay, and then our ADR low is 2594.7. Okay, is our ADR low. And then we have our session lows. Okay, we have average session range low. Okay, high, I should say, 2614.3 is our ASR high. And then we have our ASR low. ASR, let's say, is 2592.9 is our ASR low. Okay, so these are kind of the levels that we're going to be looking at and looking for in this market. Again, kind of, like I said, I am developing a little bit of an indicator capture these levels for me. Okay, as you can see, they were a bit off, so we'll have to kind of work through that. So in any case, these are the levels that we're tracking. We can see that we are near, if not already above value area from yesterday. So one hypo. Okay, could be switched to London. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. It is already switched to New York. It's already at New York. Sergey, it's already set to New York. This might adjust some once we get to the open of the session, but it's already been switched. Okay. All right. So we are already above value. Okay, we're already above value in this market. So if price remains, and let's go ahead and open up initial balance manually here. Okay, initial balance. Where's my initial balance? Should have my initial balance range established. I'm not sure why it's not showing. Interesting. Let's remove this and let's add it manually back. Okay, so I got a question in the class or in the room about which initial balance tool do I use, and this is it right here: initial balance and extension. The nice thing about this is that it allows us to specify. Okay, allows us to specify the session that we would like to be a part of. Okay, I'm not going to use this. I'm not going to use this or this or this. Okay, and that should display my initial balance range. I'm not sure exactly what's going on today. Okay, well, in any case, oh wait, it looks like I'm in some sort of back test mode. Sorry, guys. As in some sort of replay mode. Okay, this is a little bit better. No, I'm still not getting my initial balance. Let's see. Oh, how do I stop this? Apologize, guys. I'm fighting replay. Let's see. How do I cancel replay? Okay, I think I got it. All right. Okay. So as I was saying, guys, we are above value. Okay, we are above value in the market, indicating that we could potentially see further upside in this market. Okay. All right. We could see further upside in this market. The fact that we're developing a relatively narrow range, um, has the potential for us, to even how we say support our directional moves, right? Because this initial balance range is going to be even more important, assuming that it stays in this range, because you can see here, looking at past initial balances, this is quite narrow. This is probably maybe even a third of what we normally get, or a quarter of what we normally get as a range in initial balance. So initial balance is going to even be more important for me, because I understand we're only about 25 minutes into this, but any sort of directional move has the potential of it being more sustained. Okay, so we are kind of at the top of the range, right? I'm going to go ahead and open up my VWAP. You can see that we're a bit extended away from the range, and so I would say that if I'm a bull, I mean, ideally, I would like my bullish trades to be around a reference level that I can use. Okay, so this area down here, the top of ADR, would be an ideal location. We already got that in overnight trading. Look how nice of a reversal we got off of ADR here, and now we continue to rally. Now, if we do get a break in this direction, well, my next level of interest is going to be whatever ends up being my initial balance high. That's going to serve as my reference level. Okay, for further participation to the upside. I always like, if I'm wanting to participate whether it's on my 15-minute or my 2-minute, I'm always looking for a pullback and a break of channel, right? So again, a little bit late to this party here, right? But this right here would have been an ideal level for me. Okay, I have ADR high as my kind of like backdrop, right? An anchor where I can establish my risk. Okay, and I get a solid break above this channel to the upside. Okay. This allows me to set my stop below this ADR zone, enter the trade. I know this obviously is a little bit wider kind of trade than we probably normally, since we are working off a 30-minute chart, but that's kind of the essence or of my strategy here. Okay. All right. Okay, so we'll have to monitor and see how this initial balance range. It would not be out of the question for me to see price come back a little bit, maybe come back to. And I'm gonna go ahead and open up an anchor VWAP here. I'm gonna place one down at this level here, but that ends up being the same. Maybe I put an anchor VWAP here a little bit closer to the market here. All right, so as long as the anchored VWAP remains, then I would have to err on the side of bulls. Okay, if we do get some price action to break structure and VWAP, then maybe I could take a trade that will maybe lead me back to daily VWAP or some sort of demand zone below. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open up settlement price. Settlement price is well below. Okay, so this could act as a magnet to price. That would make for a very nice move to the downside, to be honest. It may not get there, may pause just like it paused here, or may pause and reverse higher from daily VWAP. Okay. So we'll just have to wait and see. All right. Moving on, we're going to move on to the crude oil market. But again, I'm looking at the room here and see if there's any questions. And I see that we're about 50% likes so far. So I just want to encourage people to, if what I'm saying resonates with you, don't be shy with hitting the like button. Again, this is kind of like the lifeblood for content providers such as myself. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead now. And now that I've gotten everybody to at least consider the like button, I'm going to go ahead and open up the crude oil market and take a look and see what the crude oil market has to offer. Okay. Okay. So here we are, crude oil market. All right. So again, this is my utility is kind of doing its thing in establishing some of these levels. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the daily chart, okay, and get a feel for what the daily chart is offering. Okay, the indicator is intelligent enough to not interfere with me so much on the higher time frames. Okay, I'm really looking to understand what the levels are on the higher time frame. You can see here that there's a solid daily supply zone up here. Looking to the left here to see if it establishes anything on the demand side. I do see that there's probably some demand here on the daily down here at 64. Okay. You could probably even make a case that, well, this was an area of demand that probably this now is probably can be identified as an area of resistance in this market. Okay. Right here, what was support, right? What was support? We got this double bottom pattern was crushed. Okay. Now this area here could serve as an area of resistance. Okay. What's considered an overnight low? Well, I lump them all together. Okay. I just basically arrive at a daily low regardless of when it happens. Okay. So in this particular case, it doesn't matter. Okay. All right. So in this particular case, I'm kind of keen to see if this 7077 or 7071 is going to serve as an area of resistance. Okay. Just that maybe continue following this kind of pattern that we're seeing in this market. Okay. We got a nice break through this area. Okay. Now price has come to this area again. Chances are whoever was around to sell this is probably going to be around again. Okay. I say probably because nothing's certain, right? This would be a logical area for price for the seller, in this case, this seller to be around. Okay. All right. So again, structure is to the downside. We have some supply zones above us, but this is the more actionable level at this point. All right. So daily appears to be bearish, although we've had some bullish price action of late. Okay. We've now come into an area where we could resume this move to the downside. All right. 4-hour chart. Okay, so again, the utility is identifying some levels here for us. We have a demand zone that's been established here. You can see the demand zone that has been established, this area here around 68. We have a supply zone, again, that the indicator is providing here around 72. Okay, now, again, this is just the indicator facilitating what I normally have kind of tried to capture here manually. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off some of these things for now. I'm going to turn off initial balance for the moment. Okay. All right. So we're again coming up on this level here. You can see on the 4-hour chart that we are seeing a bit of reaction. We're coming off of settlement price. You can see that settlement price is identified here at 70.24 or 70.26. Okay. That's our settlement price. We are reacting a bit away from it. Okay. You're seeing here that we're getting some sort of indication here with this red. Okay, that maybe the market has kind of turned a bit bearish. It's kind of like you see here this red line. This is also something that's the indicator is providing. All right, some guidance as to what price is doing with respect to structure. Well, the structure in this case is starting to develop on the bearish side in this market. Okay, it's looking like it wants to head lower here. Okay, you see that it's kind of moved from green here. You see this stop being green and has become red. Okay, that's an indication again. So in the absence of a channel, right? The channel, this is an indication where we've kind of changed, this how it arrived at this determination. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. So moving on to the 4-hour chart. 30-minute chart. Okay. All right. So we have our supply and demand zones being established here. Okay. So we looks like we've actually crossed below, or actually close to crossing below. We have our value area ranges. I'm going to go ahead and actually we'll go ahead and remove this for now. Okay. But you can see that we're starting to break below. All right. Here we have, I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's a little bit of a trend line here. And this trend line is going from green to red, back to green. So a little bit of ranging price action here has now kind of definitively broken below, but that's being met by some buyers at the moment. All right. So let's stretch this out here a little bit. We can see that we are below. Excuse me. We are below our daily VWAP. Okay. We are below settlement price. Okay. Although we are in an area of demand. Okay. You can see that the indicator is identifying this area as a demand area. We have our value area low here. Okay. Value area low. We're going to go ahead and manually draw them because I'm not 100% confident that the indicator is. No, I'm not on replay. No, not on replay. We're on a 30-minute chart. Not on replay. I'm right where I need to be. Okay. I have not turned on initial balance. Okay. There's our initial balance range. Okay. So there we are. Our initial balance range is being established right inside the demand zone. All right. Okay. So again, let me go ahead and open up. Let's see. I think this time I'm going to go ahead and just open up the spreadsheet here and capture our levels here. Okay. We're just going to add them here. Okay. There are levels that we're going to be tracking in this market. Okay. All right. Let's see. Value area low is, this is not value area low. 69.79. Wow, this is really off. Okay. Oh, it's a Z contract. No wonder. All right. Thank you. All right. This is looking a little bit better. Apologize, guys. I was really saying, well, I must have been really in a bad place when I came up with these levels to begin with. Okay. Thank you for catching that. Okay. So here are our levels. Okay. Let's double confirm them. 70.58 value area low. See, we got 71.42 value area high. Okay. Again, notice it's a little bit different here, guys. Okay. So I'm kind of using this level, but technically value area high is 71.47. So there's a little bit of wiggle room here. Okay. I need to understand why the tool has arrived as kind of a slightly different here. Okay. So you can see here, I don't know if you guys can see these little dashed lines, but the dashed lines, I'm going to go turn off initial balance here for a moment. Okay, you can see this, the dashed lines have established the initial balance range. The little box region here is establishing the initial balance range. Okay. All right. Let's see. So we have our levels. So what to make of this market? Well, right now we are depending on who you believe, and I would say that you want to believe probably the fixed range profile at the moment. We are technically inside value at the moment. Okay, we have yet to get a close back inside. All right, but it's starting to develop kind of like the way it developed for us in yesterday's trading. Okay, so if we do manage to get a close inside value, okay, we do manage to get a close inside value. Any price above, let's say anything above value here, not value, but VWAP. Okay, say let's call it 70.90. All right. So I do see a level here at 70.90. All right about there. Okay. So if we do get price to close above 70.90, that could open the door for us to potentially, I don't know if we get to that high, but let's open up ASR here. 71.70 does not seem out of the question. Okay. 71.70 does not seem out of the question. Maybe the other side of value at 71.42 could be an area. But, first things first is that we need to see that we get a close above 70.90. Okay. This is kind of starting to play out similarly to what I had, an execution that I took yesterday. Okay. Um, we got price to close above. There was actually more of a little bit of a breach of this initial balance range. Was not able to sustain that, and it ended up. Well, let's go ahead and potentially do that here relatively soon. Okay. All right. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. If I do get a close above 70.90, I might be interested in a participation. The only thing that I may be a little bit wary of is these areas right here. This could be an area. We have settlement price. So I would be, I guess, relatively confident that we could get up to settlement price before we see any sort of rejection in price. Okay. And that's actually, but I do need to see a close. Okay. We definitely need to see a close above 70.90 in order to entertain this. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm looking at in the crude oil. It looks like there's a maybe potential bullish opportunity developing here. Stop loss would have to probably be below this 70.58, which is fair amount of fair stop. Quite a large potential large stop loss. But that's kind of an area that you have not seen price get to. Okay. All right, so let's speed this up process, guys. We do need to get to some of these other markets. So let's move on. Notice that the time was already kind of a little bit on the late side here. So let's go ahead and open up. All right, we're going to go ahead and open up. We're going to remove some of our drawings. Okay, we're going to close some of our levels. Okay. So here we are looking a bit bearish, I would say, at the moment. We're below settlement price. Okay. Let's take a peek at the daily. Can see what the daily is telling us? Okay, the daily is up against the supply area. Okay, at the moment. Okay, so this could be just looks like more of a retracement of this swing. Maybe we continue in our move to the downside in this market. Okay. This is kind of what it looks like to me, that we're kind of in for another leg lower here. Okay. Let's take a peek at the 4-hour 4-hour chart. Okay. So here we have our series of candles here. We had a relatively strong push higher. We're up at a supply zone. Um, Logically, I would say that 19,822 would be the logical location to participate potentially in a long, right around this level here. Okay. I always like to be on top of some sort of structure. Okay. Like here. And that would be, for me, would be somewhat supportive. Okay. That would be a logical area to participate in a potential long move in this market. Okay. Something along those lines. Okay. Right now we're below settlement. Okay. And I know this is a ways away. All right. But, and that would make for a very nice move in NASDAQ. Okay. Now, if we do get above settlement, then I would say that, our bets are maybe a little bit off and that will continue to the upside. Okay. But as long as we remain below settlement, I feel like that there's an opportunity maybe for us to kind of maybe retrace down to these levels. Okay. All right. Moving to the 30-minute chart. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open up my indicator here. That's in beta. All right, it's still very much in beta. All right, so we're going to go ahead and open that up here. All right, I got it loaded twice. We'll close this. Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and start looking at our levels here. Okay, we're going to turn this off here for a moment. All right, so we have our value range being established. We're going to double confirm that because I know that we saw a little bit of discrepancy between this. So we're going to go ahead and locate the this range over to this range right here. This actually came in spot on. All right, so we're spot on with the ranges. Okay. So we have the value area high, value area low. Right now we're below it. We're below it. This gives us our levels here. Our prior value area high, prior value area low, point of control. So we're just going to head and add them here. Okay. So let's see. We're going to go ahead and do this. Okay. All right. Something along this lines. Okay. All right. So prior value. Okay, so you can see here that it's establishing our prior value area 2165. Okay. Yeah, 2165 is our value area high. So I'm going to modify this 165. And then our value area low is coming in at 20,070. Okay, somewhere in that range. Okay, and then we're ADR high is coming in at 20. That seems 2257. Our average daily range low coming in at 19,877. That's all seems to be in order. I'm going to go ahead and open up ASR with the understanding that this is probably going to change on us. Okay, right now it's set to London. I'm going to set it to New York, but this will probably change. Okay, this will probably change on us a little bit. Okay, so we have 216.25 and 19,888. Okay, so these are all our ranges. The table captures not the average session range, but the value area high, value area low. We have our settlement. We have our point of control. I think the one thing that I'm missing is our settlement price, and that is just below here at 20,000. 20,088. Okay, is our settlement in this market. Okay, point of control here is coming in at 20,130. Okay, so we're just going to modify that. Yeah, so 129. That seems about right. Okay. Okay, so point of control. All right, so that's kind of what we're looking at. I'm not sure about this 20,167, but that's what it came up with. Okay. So right now, as long as we stay below value, I think we have a reasonable chance to get down to maybe some of these ADR lows. Okay. If price gets down, this is a pretty big swing lower, guys. But if it does get down, this would be kind of a logical area for it to stop right around this level, right around this area of ASR. Okay, this would be a logical area. So if we do get below, I would say if we get below 19,989, we could see a leg lower. All right, and we can use the reference level of value area low as our area where we're maybe incorrect. Okay, if price closes back inside value, maybe even above settlement, then our view for a bearish move is incorrect. Okay. So that's something to keep in mind here. So we're about 11 minutes away from the open of the market. Right now, I would say that I'm kind of leaning a bit bearish, okay, in this market based on how the price is reacting off of value area low. Okay. All right. That's kind of what I'm seeing in this market. All right. So let's move on to the ES. So I'm just going to modify this here to the ES. Okay, we're just going to quickly look. I would remove some drawings here for now, and we're just going to quickly look. It almost seems like almost an exact copy here of what we're seeing in the Nasdaq at the moment. Right, price is trying to get below value, and that could lead to another. That could lead to a leg, down to either ASR low here or ADR low. But before we do that, we're just going to take a quick peek at what the daily is trying to accomplish. Okay, well, daily, I'm going to turn off some of these levels here. The daily is trying to move higher, but it looks like it's come into an area of supply. Okay, up here, right? It's come into an area where we could expect to see some resistance. Okay, these are at the end of the day daily levels, right? So this area could serve as an area of resistance. All right, for our chart. Okay, also providing some areas here. Right, we got a not quite a bearish engulfing candle, but we're actually challenging this person here who brought the market higher. If we do manage to close below, then I would say the next logical level for buy, okay, would be right about here. Okay, right around that level. Right, we could see that was resistant. It has been broken. So if there are buyers in this market, I don't anticipate. Yeah, you're welcome, Clean. All right, you're welcome, Frizu. All right, so this would be a logical level here for a buy right around this 57.22 level. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at the 30-minute chart. All right, we've got about 9 minutes here before the start of the session here. So we have our value ranges. All right, this is our value ranges that are being established by this kind of beta indicator that I have. I'm going to go ahead and manually arrive at them and see how well it's doing. Well, that's investor choice. So you if you want to go short, then where you're wrong, right? You know where you're wrong. I would say that if you do entertain a short, then you do not want to see price get above settlement price. And that's a pretty hefty stop loss. But maybe if you trade micros, it's not so bad. Okay. And then the target would be somewhere in this range, right? This ASR range that I have established here. Okay. That's kind of what I'm seeing at the moment. Now, you could say, well, you know what? I'm a little bit more bullish on the market overall, right? Yeah, it's like a 1-to-1, right? It's not the greatest. If you're more bullish on the market, then I would say that you remain patient and wait for price to get down. So that's really I can't really answer that question. That's really more of investor. Like, so if it is truly 1-to-1, as you say, if I have my stop is here and this is just a really 1-to-1 opportunity, then there's probably an opportunity that I'm going to pass on, right? Because I only want to be in opportunities that offer me at least, a 2-to-1 risk reward, right? So if it's 1-to-1, it's not worth my capital. Okay. All right. Let's hopefully that was helpful. Okay. So we'll just go ahead and add our levels here, and just going to add our levels here. Okay. So here we are. All right. So we're about, I don't know, 7 minutes away from the open of the market. Looks like the market is taking a nosedive. I'm always a little hesitant to take on any sort of executions before the open of the session because we don't know what might be lurking here, right? We could have some buyers lurking in this area. Okay. All right. So let's double check some of these levels. I have ADR not open, but I will open. So I have 58.14. Okay, that's average daily range high. 58.13, average session range high. We have our value areas here. I'm going to go ahead and manually draw them just to be sure. All right. And we're going to draw that. All right. So this came in a little bit higher, okay, than the indicator. All right, so we're going to go with 57.89 as our value area high and 57.70 as our value area low. Okay, as our value area low. All right, but you can see in either case, price is attempting to close below value, which could speak for a price to continue lower. All right. Um, so I think I would say that the key thing is to see that price can get below 57.59. Okay, I would say 50 if it can close below 57.59 with some volume. All right, then maybe we may be onto something. Okay, but what's causing me a little bit of okay, well, one, this is happening before market. Don't like to touch anything before market. I do see that we have a little bit of a buying wick here, right? It's not really as pronounced as it is in the volume. So I don't know if this is kind of a potential bait and switch. I'm not sure. But what I do know is that I need to see price close below 57.59 before I'm willing to entertain anything on the short side. Okay. All right. Yeah. And then if I'm bullish, well, yeah, I've already pointed out some areas below that could offer me some logical reference levels for a bullish trade back up to the upside. Okay. This area here, this ASR level here could offer me, or this area here could offer me a logical location for an execution to the upside. Okay. All right. So that's kind of what I'm seeing on the ES. We're going to close. Let me go. I'm just going to see if there's any questions. I don't see them. We're going to close the session here with a review of the YM. Okay. All right. We're going to look at the YM. We're going to forego the daily, the hourly, the daily and the 4 hour. We're just going to focus our attention in the interest of time here. But we can see now the difference between, say, the Dow and the other markets is they're not as along the bearish path right now. They're inside value, okay, from yesterday, and we'll double confirm that with the fixed range volume profile and drag that over to this range right here. And this is in this case almost spot on with what the indicator provided me as my value area from prior. We have a table with all these values as well. Okay, so this Dow appears to be more in range, although we do have a quite impressive bearish engulfing candle that's being established, but it's still technically inside this value range, right? So as long as price stays inside this value range, my opinion on this is more neutral, right? That there's a potential that we could remain in range. If we do get a break below, then yes, we have an opportunity where price may head down to ASR low or ADR low. I just don't see how you say the opportunity is, very, I would say, aligned. This is at best at the current levels 1-to-1, right? I would say that stops would need to be placed up above here, and our targets are here. So the risk reward on this is not all that great. Okay, so we're just going to capture some of our levels here. I guess is the we're going to have our ADR zone or our ASR zone 42,738 is our ASR high. Okay, we have value area. We have 42,511 as our value area high. We have settlement at 42,447. That's our settlement. Okay. All right. And then we have point of control at 42,445. That's POC. Okay. We have value area low coming in at what is that? 42,347 is our value area low. And then we have our ASR low coming in at 42,254. And then let's not overlook ADR high and ADR. Well, ADR high and ASR high are coming in pretty much the same level. ADR low is coming in a little bit lower. So let's say this is our ASR. And then we're going to say, looks like that's the open of the market. So we're going to go ahead and open up the initial balance here. Okay. And this ADR low is coming in. I don't know. That doesn't seem right. Yeah, this let me adjust this. This should not have kicked off so soon. All right, there it is. All right, that seems more accurate. Okay, so all right. So like I said, guys, right now it's going to be interesting for me if price is able to maintain this value area low. Looks like it is for now. I don't know how the other markets are reacting, but it looks like some buyers have stepped into this market, at least temporarily. It'll be interesting to see if it manages to get above 42,416. If it cannot, then yes, maybe we have an opportunity for maybe an extension down to some of these levels below us. Okay. So yeah, that's, I think, pretty much what I'm seeing in this market. Yes, definitely have Ferrador Trader, definitely have a profitable day. Trader Dubois. Okay. So yeah, looks like the market may go lower. It'll be interesting to see how these levels that we've identified. We have our ASR low has kind of adjusted here a little bit. This is our prior ASR low. So we'll see how these areas react to price. These could offer us some nice. You can see here on the left that it did offer us a nice reversal trade. I don't know if we're necessarily going to get that, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay. All right. Well, that's I think pretty much it, guys. You're welcome, Clean Sober. So don't be afraid to hit the like and subscribe button as you exit the building. Okay. Again, today is Capital Preservation Friday. All right. We don't want to do anything silly to cause us to give back the money that we've earned over the week. All right. So capital preservation, I would say that we probably our tolerance or our scrutiny on our trade should even be higher than normal today, just to ensure that we get in some solid trades and not hopeful trades, hoping that it does something when maybe it wasn't 100% aligned with our A setups. Okay. So trade well, trade safe, and trade like a pro. Be a market trader. All right, guys. Have a good, excellent, and profitable session today. Okay. Until next time. No group coaching today. No group coaching. Today's Friday. No group coaching. We'll see. We'll return on Monday for group coaching. I'll be available in the coach's room here for a bit, And yeah, I think that's it for now, guys. Trade well, trade safe, trade like a pro, be a market trader.